Alright guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while, been 3 months. I know I've been busy with stuff. So that brings me to today's video. Today's video, as you've already seen, is 5 things that I love about my E36 M3. Now, yeah, I'll probably film a video like 5 things I hate about it. But that's later on down the road when I can actually find 5 things I hate about it. So let's just jump right into it. Number 1 thing that I love about my E36 M3 is, of course, the looks. Now, looks have to do with a lot of things, pretty much everything. Even if you've never driven a certain type of car, first thing you do is you look at it and you say, oh, that's a good looking car, I'd like to drive it, or whatever. Kind of same thing with like girls and for girls, guys, it's that initial first attraction. So I just love the more squared off, boxy look of this one. It's one of my favorite. My second favorite would probably have to be the E46. I love that body style. Always have, always will. So on to point number 2. My second thing that I love about my car is the handling. The handling is so great on these cars, and BMW, of course, all their M cars have known for being great handlers. But the way this car feels, it just feels so planted. Even if I'm driving on a road that's kind of bumpy and it's turning, you don't really feel like the car's gonna skip or anything. It just feels so planted and solid, and it takes the corners really well. And the steering is really, like, the steering, I know people have complained about that, the rubber mounted linkage or whatever, having a little play in the steering wheel. And I watched a video on, who was it by? Treats on the, it was Treats on the Streets, and he changed his steering rack connector or whatever to the E39 5 Series, and I'm thinking about doing that because, yeah, it would be nice to be a little more direct, but for what this is, this car handles really well, and I absolutely love it. Another thing I really like about this car, and it's not really a cosmetics thing or a performance thing or anything like that, but it's just the way the car makes me feel when I'm driving it. It feels so good. It just, you want to... I remember when I first got this car, and I still feel this way. I look at the car, and I literally just, every day, I can't wait to get in it. I can't wait to drive it. It just makes me... I don't even really know how to describe it. It just feels so good to drive. And it just makes you feel so confident. It's so fun, and the way it sounds, which is on to my next point. That's the fourth thing I love about this car is the way this thing sounds. And I have a cold air intake on this, so it makes it sound a little better, but just the way this thing, when you hit redline, it's just... sounds unreal. It just sounds so good, and I can't wait to get an exhaust on this thing. This thing is gonna absolutely sound killer, and that inline S52 engine just screams. And when you hit Vanos, oh my gosh, it's just like, it sounds like nothing. It doesn't really sound like any engine I've heard before. It's honestly, the engine just sounds so unique. I love it. So my 5th and final thing that I love about my E36 M3 is... No, I shouldn't do that. So many things. My 5th and final thing that I love about my E36 M3 has got to be the interior. Now, I know it's... I don't know, it's something, I don't know. It's not performance or anything like that. But I love the interior on this car. The interior is, I love how the air vents come down. I like how it just feels driver focused. I love these Vader seats. They're so comfortable. They hold you so well. Now, yes, granted, mine aren't in the best condition, but I'm gonna be getting them redone here in the near future. I just think this whole car, like going back to the first thing I said with the looks, I just feel like this whole car, interior and exterior, it's just kind of got timeless look. It's always going to be a good looking car. It's always going to be appealing. It's always going to be attractive to the eye. And that's just how I feel about it. And I know every time I get in this interior, I just fall in love with this car every day I drive it. And I like mine had the additional option for the onboard computer. So I have my consumption, range, temperature. And for a 98, this car has a lot of things, like a lot of computers. Like there's a speed limiter. You get your onboard computer check for your diagnostics on your engine. This car really was well equipped for its time. And of course, obviously, it's top of the line for the 3 Series, the M3. But it still had a lot of equipment for its time. So I'm just gonna add a sixth point. The 6 things I like about my M3, and the 6th one is the ride quality. Now I'm sitting on the stock struts and springs right now, but I will be going either lowering springs or coilovers, depending on how I'm feeling. But right now, sitting on the stock suspension, you know, for a daily and for a car that really handles as well as this does, this car's actually pretty comfortable and it's pretty smooth. And when I hit bumps, it absorbs it really well. Now I did put wheel spacers on this to just give it a little broader look and more aggressive stance. But all in all, this car has really good ride for what it is, for as well as it handles. For a car it handles as well as this car actually does stock, you would think this would have a rougher ride quality, but it really doesn't. It feels really good. I love it. Alright, well, so those are the 5 things that I love about my E36 M3. If you guys liked it, then please leave a thumbs up. If you guys have any other video ideas that you would like to see me do, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and peace out and have a great week.